Frankie, we got some frozen and fresh today on BoxMac.
Frozen and fresh?
Frozen, fresh.
Oh yeah, it's an unusual thing that we do frozen Macs or refrigerated Macs.
Yeah, I mean, we've done some over the years, but by far it's boxed Mac.
And the reason is because normally they're sent to us or whatever else. And I remember when we first started the show, I think we thought that one of the ground rules was that it could never be a frozen because we were trying to find the best box Mac. Of course, the mission has expanded into all mac and cheese.
Many dimensions.
Yeah. So when Kraft does something new, we learn about it. And it's worth trying.
Yes.
Because the fact is, Kraft continues to be a leader in mac and cheese.
Oh, absolutely.
So they have these kind of large style deluxe frozens.
Yeah.
Which EJ got from Target, I think. And then I saw the stuff I've never seen before in Stop and Shop. Ressers Fine Foods?
Yeah.
There's a white cheddar and there's a standard.
I think I know about how they're going to be. They're going to be fine. The noodles will be a little wimpy. I'm hoping the Kraft has really done something unique, and it's not just going to be Stouffer's with a slightly different flavor.
Is there a unique prep, or is it just like...
I think it's just toss her in and eat her. My microwave is fairly slow, and we can't cook these all at the same time.
Okay.
It's got to be a serial line operation here.
Would you have ever bought these on your own? No. Are you put off by frozen Macs generally?
Used to get Michelinas a lot for that. That was a favorite of mine.
Lean Cuisine.
Lean Cuisine too. The Lean Cuisine Mac's pretty good for the number of calories.
Put them in, come on.
All right,
let's roll.
I'm trying to like,
Don't elongate, I'll take care of that.
Okay, you'll stretch it out.
I believe these were $3.50, by the way.
$3.50.
$3.50 US cents.
$3.50.
Hearty macaroni and cheese made with creamy cheese sauce, home-style comfort made easy. What if they're super good?
Then they might make their way into my freezer.
Remember Bob Evans?
Oh yeah.
It was really good.
It's amazing.
No, it's really good.
It's incredible.
But the thing is, I've gone back to Bob since then. It hasn't been quite as good. I don't know if we just had a magical batch.
This is an area I really struggle. Food formulations change, taste buds change, time changes, individual batches change. You can't like control for small variations.
No.
This is how you end up with, like, you try a Mac 6 years apart and you loved it and then you hated it.
Yeah.
And you're gaslighting yourself nonstop.
Well, just recently, Stouffer's was reformulated to remove all the butter in it because butter is expensive. They replaced it with margarine, and the difference is subtle, but there. And you do that 2 or 3 times over the course of a couple years, and suddenly you have a completely different product.
We've talked about this a lot in the past, that butter has worked its way out of most products.
Which is really sad, because butter is delicious, and it's way better for you than just a bunch of chemical margarine.
It's my observation that everybody got much fatter after 1999. And things that existed before 1999 include McDonald's, prepared food, takeout, a lot of the things that they lay at the feet of, like, oh, here's why everybody got really fat. So what changed after 1999? Sugar.
Oh yeah, well, from the 80s, they thought fat was the cause of all the problems.
Right.
And then they said, oh, but everything's fat-free. Twizzlers are labeled fat-free.
Yes.
Plus, you have the tendency towards increased processing. Whereas, like, a Twinkie before was processed, but now it's made up of, like, nothing but chemicals.
That's a big Twinkie.
You might remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, you could go to McDonald's and get a half-gallon soda. The supersized soda was 64 ounces. That's like 1,000 calories worth. They don't do any of that stuff anymore, certainly.
I would never suggest that personal responsibility isn't a major factor and that culture isn't a major factor. Yeah. But when you go from nobody is humongous to everybody is humongous, something changed.
Something changed.
There's a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
You didn't realize that they replaced a lot of other things with sugar.
Yeah.
Do you see those pictures where people abroad have pictures of what the American section looks like? And it's just
like ranch dressing and Pop-Tarts,
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
The reason that we got in this discussion was because Nina was arguing pretty hard that cheese was a major factor. And I don't believe it is.
The French eat a lot of cheese.
And I thought cheese was ever present throughout the 90s.
Yeah, it absolutely was. But the problem isn't the cheese itself, it's what you do with the cheese. It's macaroni and cheese. We're the problem. Hi.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Because if you remember in those food pyramids that kind of persisted in the 80s, carbs were the base, right? You can overeat proteins, but it's hard. Yeah. It's real work.
Go ahead and try.
Get a whole roasted chicken and just eat it. And you will make your way through that chicken. Give yourself a 16-inch pizza, you can get through it.
Yeah.
You know?
Chinese food.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's our health discussion.
Yeah, you know.
I've never been like a huge fan of juices.
No, I hate juice.
And the one that I've never have been able to get behind is grapefruit juice.
It's not a good juice.
Grapefruits in general I remember I used to get made fun of by my family for saying this. Like, grapefruit juice tastes like dirty fingers. And they were like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And, how many dirty fingers are you tasting? Well, when you're a child and you're playing in dirt and stuff, and you taste your own fingers,
Yeah.
you know that kind of that filth and that dirt that's bitter?
Earthy,
Now, I haven't
berry.
tasted that in a long time because I'm a grown-up. But when I was a child, I remember like being like, ew,
Yeah.
my fingers are gross right now. The earthy bitterness of
Yeah.
the grapefruit tastes like that.
Yeah.
It's not an especially sweet fruit.
People just dump sugar.
Dump sugar on it. Yeah, that's the only way to make it tolerable, I guess.
Yeah.
Is just dump sugar.
You could probably acquire a taste for it, much like people acquire a taste for black coffee.
Yeah, or anything.
But it's not for me. I don't like bitter. I still, to this day, don't like bitter taste.
No, I don't either.
One of the things that EJ and I talk about on our podcast all the time
Yep.
is modding consoles.
Yeah.
When we're not taking care of our families, this is where we derive our happiness.
There's a lot of exciting things going on. The GameCube one with an M2 drive, it plugs into the bottom of the unit and replaces the very expensive and hard to find hard drive. And you can also run game images off it.
Oh my God.
Just super cool.
Is it cheap?
No, like I think it's 150-ish,
Oh.
you know.
For like an easy mod?
Yeah, just pop it on the outside on the expansion port.
For a long time, I used to think like modding consoles isn't going to be fun for me because I'd have to make them HDMI capable. And I got over that and instead just bought some old TVs.
Yeah.
And made it more about just connecting to old TVs.
Absolutely.
And now, of course, EJ overachieves.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, but with the old TV, we should use S-Video.
Even Frankie was able to do it. And he doesn't even know what an RGB is. He thinks it's a dead Supreme Court justice. That's RBG, Frankie. Notorious RBG. Ah, he doesn't give a scart.
But yeah, I now have an SNES, an N64, an NES, and a Genesis, all with EverDrives, all with wireless controllers.
That is an awesome collection right there.
With CRTs. Do I play any of them? No. The modding is the...
No, that's the.
Well, that's like me with the computers.
Now, I hear feedback nonstop
Yeah.
that we need to do more Petersmiths. If you were to do another episode, do you have any concepts, Petersmith concepts?
1,000.
Really? Oh,
I've so
we're way
many-
behind.
I have so many projects that I've like bought all the parts for and just haven't done. I have an Amiga 1200, which is a fairly rare computer to begin with. And then I have a processor board for it that brings it to the absolute highest processor you could get for an Amiga. And it could play things like Quake. I know, Quake, ooh, but no, it's pretty exciting for an Amiga. That would be an awesome video too. Like, I have the video effects cards, which were used in lots of productions. They're basically video switchers that go in the Amiga. And you can do, all the fancy star wipes and graphic titles and all that stuff that you could do in that era.
I do miss my my high school video days. That was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Everybody always talks about tape to tape. Tape to tape was an exciting time because it was so horrible.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, so if you're in your mid-20s and you've never heard of this idea of having two VCRs, but really ideally two tape decks.
Yeah.
You could do it with two VCRs, but really what you would want is these purpose-built tape decks.
Yep.
Where they actually, instead of like a fast forward and rewind, they had dials.
Yeah, shuttle
where you
buttons.
could sort of get frame perfect.
Yeah.
And make in and out points on the source VHS, and you would make an edit on the destination VHS.
Yeah.
It was called linear editing because if you messed up the edit, you had to go back to the very beginning of the edit and start over again. This is how news was produced for a long time.
Yeah.
Because you shot it that day, you need to get it out that day. So I remember, have you ever seen this device? Our high school video teacher, who was also a videographer for Fox News in Boston.
That's right.
He came in one day with this briefcase, pops it open, and it's a linear editor. But it's a digital linear editor, portable. And it was mini DV to mini DV. Whoa. And so in the truck, they would edit tape to tape, but mini DV to mini DV. And I was like, well, why not just do nonlinear in the computer? He's like, we don't have time.
Yeah, has to get out. Because you had to capture, of course, at that time in real time. It was not,
Nowadays, it'd be an SD card, you'd plop it in, you'd edit it, and you'd be done. But back then, it still was like, well, no, I want to edit on the way home.
There was always these cool Sony devices that were just a deck and a screen. It's like a portable mini DV player that you could just like use to review footage, away from a camera. And I always thought they were so cool.
Are we actually going to try these?
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
why not?
This box is a macaroni and cheese, unicorn macaroni and cheese. And my dad does this show called BoxMac. I don't know if you've seen it before. And he said, don't put it on the show, and we're going to prank him by putting it on the show.
Uh-oh, it's Gloria!
Who's this?
Hi, Gloria!
What the heck is this?
My Gloria's here!
What is this? She gave us a box of macaroni and cheese.
A box of macaroni and cheese!
Unicorn style.
Live on BoxMac!
So, this is...
Home style, rich and creamy deluxe, original cheddar.
Don't like it?
Not really.
The cheese is not like turned all the way up. It's nothing special.
It's basic. Sour cream is the dominant taste I get. It's just too subtle for me. You know what I think it needs? It needs a little salt. Do you mind if I?
If you insist. Oh my God, how much?
Just a little.
This is classic John Hunt stuff.
Just a bit.
This dude used to, I must have said this a few million times. Whenever we go to OCB and get the mac and cheese, which was very similar to this, by the way, he would decorate it in pepper. There was a time when John wouldn't eat mac and cheese unless I had pepper all over it.
That's true.
Now that I'm saying it out loud, pepper would go pretty well in this.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we go ahead and try the next one before we start peppering things.
Yeah.
And we got 2 more macs.
We do. I didn't put them in. I got distracted by Gloria. And where's she gone now? I mean, I feel like
I don't
I'm
know. I
missing
hope
out.
she comes back. So this is the 4 cheese. You know, honestly, the original and the 4 cheese for the normal deluxes, I don't know the difference.
Yeah, very, very small. Ooh. More flavor in this one.
I like the first one better.
There's a sour cheese here. Like
Yeah.
something heady, kind of briny, you know?
A blend of cheddar, mozzarella, Parmesan, and Asiago cheeses.
The Asiago and Parmesan are high in this. I don't love either of them.
No, I agree. Well, this one's pretty good.
I think I like this one a little more.
This is the kind of thing I would definitely get at OCB.
We're talking about OCB here, though.
Dude, there was a time when going to OCB and having a bunch of mac was heaven to me.
Yeah.
Heaven.
Start conversations with children by saying something like this,
What grade are you in at school?
or this,
Have you decided what dessert you're going to have?
or this.
Do you like hot fudge sundaes?
And the pasta was clearly not salted when it was originally cooked.
I definitely taste that. That's
Yeah.
right. There's a time I would have mocked you for that statement.
Yeah, but now,
I'm older, I'm wiser. I've done a lot more market research.
and let me say, I love the spoon too, by the way. The spoon's making it all the better.
You must want to try it. Unfortunately, you don't have your own spoon.
You can use one of the house spoons.
Original cheddar?
Yeah.
And you salt it?
A little bit. Not much.
Yeah. It's good.
I wouldn't buy this product.
I would not buy it. But I'm not going to buy like any frozen mac.
No?
Mac and cheese is so easy to make.
So easy.
I think I like the original better. There's too much going on here.
It doesn't taste anything like the 4 cheese box.
Nothing at all.
Whereas the original, I think, does.
They're both weak. I would skip.
See, it interests everybody because it comes in a big box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the name, the Kraft name on it.
Have you ever seen an amazing clip of Billy Joel screaming at the audience? It's very funny. He's playing one of his songs, and there's hecklers, and he keeps going, shut up! But he doesn't, like, lose a beat.
Yeah.
Told me there's a number I can always dial. Let me do my show, for Christ's sake. Why does it always seem to hit me in the middle of the night? Stop it!
He never lets it completely ruin the performance.
Yeah.
But boy, does he bring it to the brink.
He's pissed, but he's not going to stop performing.
All of his rage outs
Yeah.
are to the beat of his own song. In the middle of the night, stop it!
I'll sure have been better if I had a hero for me. Better baby, don't believe me, it's the next best thing.
And I've gotten Gloria to impersonate this, and it is very funny.
But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Shut up! But I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate this. If I was Zach, I'd go, I kind of like it. If I was Matt, I would say, it's got kind of like an interesting like aroma, like kind of a creamy, I like it. How's it going in there?
Good, we're almost done.
In the middle of the night. Shut up, Gloria Joy.
And I've returned.
Welcome to BoxMac.
We're live on the air.
Did you like my unicorn macaroni?
I loved it. It's awesome.
It all started yesterday night.
Yesterday night.
I wanted to bring that to your party. My dad said no, I couldn't buy it. But then today I thought, let's sneak it in.
Let's sneak it in. What a good idea.
So, all right, John, bring them over.
Okay.
And can you bring mine over to me?
Your macaroni cheese, we didn't cook it yet, but it's right on there. We can bring the box out.
We're not cooking that right now, babe.
These are ricers. We've got white mac, which is cavatappi, in a creamy white cheddar sauce. And we've got this, which I think is like the original formulation.
You want to try original?
Sure.
Again, I got these from Stop and Shop.
Refrigerated.
Chemical?
Yeah.
What is that? It's kind of like a chemical cream.
It's not good. I don't know what chemical you use to make things taste like cream. Very strange.
I don't hate it. I did not expect it to be that chemically.
I think it's a preservative. It's that same preservative that they use to make the beef macs taste like beef stew. They just use a lot less of it.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't taste like beef stew.
No.
It tastes like some kind of cleaner. I bet this will be worse.
Let's try it.
Same chemical, but
yeah.
there's more cheese.
And the chemical is pretty strong still. And they've just done it so this has good shelf life. They're designed to sit for almost a month on the shelf.
So I definitely wouldn't buy these.
No.
I would buy the frozen Kraft maybe.
Maybe, but I'm still going to recommend Stouffer's, even the reformulated Stouffer's over those. Or even the Lean Cuisine Mac is better than those in my opinion.
Okay, all right, there it is. We tried the new frozen Kraft.
Yeah, we tried it. We didn't like it that much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna take control, get a hold of my emotions. Stop fighting the audience. Why does it always seem to hit me in the middle of the night? Stop it. Told me there's a number